Telltale's The Walking Dead has presented us a rare and relatively unique perspective in games, enabling us to watch a character grow through the ages. When we were first introduced to Clementine, she was a sweet, innocent girl that you would do anything to protect. You wanted to keep an eye on her at every moment, you were scared to have her out of your sight, and you were paranoid the walkers might find some way to taint and corrupt her. By the time the second season rolled around, she'd become battle-hardened by this world, burned by tragedy but wiser through the mistakes of those around her, understanding what it takes to survive. And gradually the player was starting to see that she didn't actually need protecting anymore, she was quite capable of doing it herself. And when you see her competently trip a zombie up and impale it through the skull without flinching in the early stages of Season 3, you realise this is a very different young woman at the core of the story. She's been on a dark, dreary journey, physically and emotionally scarred, but has come out on the other side stronger, more resourceful, almost unrecognisable. With two previous games full of choices that can be transferred across as well, The Walking Dead Season 3 already has a compendium of decision making available to the player to really flesh out this universe and cast of characters. This sort of enables Season 3 to be a jumping on point for new players, even though they'd miss out on significant context. While Clem plays a crucial role, we begin the game with a new lead, Javier. He's introduced to us in the midst of a family tragedy. His father passes while the rest of his family are present, and we see the evolution of the creature we've come to know as the Walker in the most dramatic of fashions. Except Javier and his family refer to these zombies as Los Muertos, and we immediately see them develop their own tactics and strategies as a part of a functional family unit. This immediately gives the game a very fresh feel, as we've been used to seeing strangers thrust together in impossible situations, but now you have a family dynamic at the core of the heart of this story. The Walking Dead Season 3 still plays exactly the same way, however. There are multi-choice dialogue trees where players will continue conversations, answer questions and make split decisions, tailoring the narrative direction in the way the player sees fit. For example, you may be required to save a friend at risk of putting the whole group in danger, or you may decide to leave a friend to fend for themselves while you help the wider group. A timer will run down the entire time, so you'll need to think fast and furiously while it's happening. There are some technical hiccups unfortunately, as subtitles reveal additional unspoken dialogue and there is some slowdown between saving and scene transfer. Some of the conversation points and line delivery are also a little undercooked, but generally the issues in Season 3 are pretty minimal. Also in a first for Telltale, they've offered up 2 of the 5 episodes, treating this more like a double bill, which is something I've become incredibly grateful for based on the way that the episodes pan out. Both of them end with some of the best cliffhangers Telltale have ever done. My jaw hit the floor twice, which is something I did not expect to happen again from a Telltale game. I was pretty sure I'd figured out their formula after playing their games for over a decade, but apparently not. What The Walking Dead Season 3 does show, however, is just how safely Telltale have been playing it the last few years. As good as their games have been, The Walking Dead Season 3 really is a cut above. Not only the production values of a more film-like quality, the engine has been polished, cleaned up, and it gives the characters the opportunity to be more expressive. And time has clearly been spent piecing together a story befitting the cast of characters. Each choice feels weighted, every action puts you on the edge because you're never quite sure who becomes vulnerable as a result, and you will not be able to put it down from start to finish. Right now Season 3 is on track to surpass Season 1 in a big way. The new characters are interesting, familiar faces are welcome, and the threat already feels very real. With only 3 more episodes to come in 2017, The Walking Dead Season 3 has given us plenty to think about and made us hungry for more. It's been a long time since I've genuinely thought about what the revelations mean for the overarching plot in the Telltale game. See, while I enjoyed Batman, I can't say any of the cliffhangers really got me thinking about what's next. Likewise, same with Minecraft or Game of Thrones, even Michonne never held any lasting impact on me. But with The Walking Dead Season 3, I am so hooked that I actually want to go back and replay these episodes as well as prior to Walking Dead games to search for any hidden clues, just to give me a taste of what might be coming up. With A New Frontier, Telltale Games have reinvigorated their stock and sown the seeds for a gripping, heart-racing action-adventure that potentially could end up being the best thing they have ever done. So to summarise, on the pro side, there's a great new cast of characters, an excellent reintroduction of familiar faces, there's a really compelling story here and it's weighted with some hefty decision making, and overall there are just better production values. There are some cons unfortunately, the dialogue sometimes feels a bit ham-fisted, the voice acting occasionally misses the mark, and there are some slight technical hitches with missed words and scene slowdown. But overall, highly recommended. This is a great start for a new season and I can't wait to see what comes next. Thanks for watching. If you're a Walking Dead fan, let us know your thoughts. If you played this episode, I'd love to hear your thoughts and where you think the story might be heading next. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.